Good morning and welcome, friends. Welcome back to Salamina. My name is Sherry, and this is my channel, Aegean Dreams, where I share my life as an American woman living on this Greek island with my Greek husband and my four Greek cats. And today we're going to do a little garden update. So let's go out and check the garden. The last time I think we did the garden check is when I was planting the vegetables for springtime. And we've actually gone through the first phase, which was lettuce and roca and those kind of things. And they're kind of done because the weather got hot. Except last night, for some reason, a storm came through and we have much cooler weather, which I'm very appreciative of. So the biggest reason for this garden check is I'm leaving today to go down to Poros, which is an island south of here, where I'm doing a jewelry show for my Aegean Dreams jewelry. I'm going to take you with me, so you'll look forward to that. So I just want to check things over because I'm leaving Vasily in charge for 48 hours, and we need to be sure everything is as good as it can be for him. So let's go look. Okay, here we have, I've shown you before, the carrots. Very proud of the carrots. They're doing really well. Even though they're not in a great spot, I should have moved it closer into the sun. But it is what it is now. And so let's go look. Oh. All right. Here we have, these are table tomatoes, you know, like the round ones, which we put in because, I just put those in last week. No, this week, because we got these and we got four that were all supposed to be these beautiful round table tomatoes. But instead, they turned out to be these plum tomatoes, which are fine. I mean, you know, they're good for sauces, so I'll be making a lot of sauces. So tomatoes are doing well. We've got three of the plum tomatoes, one of the table tomatoes, and then over here I have two cherry tomatoes. I have bell pepper, and I have this lovely hot pepper here. I already have one, so I'll be doing some pepper sauce. And in there you'll see catifeathers. Catifeathers are, what do you call them in English? Marigolds. And they're there to fool the bugs into eating them instead of my vegetables. And here, this is the best exciting part. This is cucumbers. I've got three here, and I have two at the other end. And I've created this little trellis for them to climb up. And we already have one beautiful cucumber. I love, my neighbor was here talking, and she talked about making, I hadn't done the trellising yet, and in Greek, and it sounds even more beautiful, very poetic. She's a farmer, and she said, oh yes, you need to put that because then these come out and it's like they recognize the strings, they recognize them and they hug them. So isn't that a lovely way to describe it? Very poetic. I have a really funny story about cucumbers. When I first got to know Sarah, we were both working in the salon. She was a high school student and working part-time. And, you know, I had said, joking to the girls in the salon all the time, well, anybody who ever wants to come to Greece, you're welcome to come, be my guest. The only requirement is you have to speak English because I get lonely for hearing English. So, Sarah's mother was giving her a gift of travel to Europe for her and a friend. That was her gift. So, Sarah was talking to the girls about it, and they must have shared my comment. And so I think it was kind of a setup deal, but it was wonderful. I was glad it happened. Uh, so she comes to me and she said, "What would it cost, do you think, to go for a trip to Europe? Because my mom's going to give me a gift. Not a trip to Greece," she said specifically. And I, being the silly girl I am, I said, "Well, it wouldn't cost you that much because you could come and stay with me." So, like I say, I think it was a setup, but it was a good thing. Loved it. We had a great time. But her mother in the beginning was a little nervous about it. I mean, she knew I had a husband whom she had never met. And my friend Lena assured her, she said, he's just like another girl. You'll love it. Now, he's Mr. Macho, but he still has a very strong feminine side. So they came. And at that time, Vasily was doing all of the gardening. All of the vegetables. I was doing all of the flowers only. Um, so and he was working, oops, stepped in a rock. He was working here on the island. And every day before he went to work, he'd come out and he'd check his cucumber beds. And every night when he came home, he would check his cucumber beds. And Sarah and Margaret thought that was really funny how often he checked them. But if you've ever grown cucumbers, they grow so quickly. So Margaret got a little devil in her, and she took one of the store-bought cucumbers I had in the house and put it in the place where he was checking. And then we just sat and watched. So when he came home, it was hilarious. He checks and we see him, he looks, and he did one of those cartoon double takes, and he starts yelling, "Ella, Ella, Sherry, Ella, none of these, the Goriamo." And of course it was the planted cucumber. Well, we all got a big laugh out of that, and Vasilis gave us a bad Greek swear word. But it was fun and it was a good memory. So let's go on with the garden tour. Here we have onions for dried onions. So those need all summer to go. And here's a volunteer sunflower that is just ready with a blossom. So that's nice. And over here, what do I have? Over here I have Pacharia. Do you know what Pacharia is? Well, let me show you. Pacharia is beetroot. I love beetroot. And when my dad was alive, he loved beetroot. So I would plant a whole bed. But now there's just me because Vasilis doesn't like it. But what he doesn't know is he eats the greens. We don't tell him everything. We just serve it to him. And he's pretty good. He'll eat whatever you give him. So he's eating pacharia, greens. Okay, now we have, these are my beautiful blue salvia. I love these. I have had salvia for quite a while. The red salvia, which my friend Lena had turned me on to. Now here's the red salvia. And it's really pretty and really hardy. And salvia is from the oregano family, and the leaves smell just like oregano if you touch them. But I went to the garden center and I saw those, and I asked the girl, I said, "Oh my goodness, what is that?" I thought it was lavender, but no, it was salvia. So I bought those and love them. Now I have also a salvia called Hot Lips. They have lots of different families. Here's my Salvia hot lips, and I love these. I always think of Rod Stewart, Hot Legs, his song Hot Legs, when I say this. So these just really pretty, and these are so easy. Now this is in a lot of shade, but I still get flowers from them. So that's Salvia. And, oh, I should show you the prettiest thing, and what I'm so proud of. To me, the prettiest flower, vegetable flower, are the zucchini flowers. Aren't they lovely? And I have, zucchini is Choloquithia, which means pumpkin, so any kind of in that family. But these are just beautiful. And the Greek women, here we have some more. Lots of Choloquithia. And lots of flowers. There's a few flowers there. And then the middle, again, the catycetas or marigolds. And these are actually the salvia, which has seeded itself. So I've put them in pots. I'm going to take them today with me to share them with friends. And then we have our lemon tree. Our lemon tree just doing so well. I do need to get on a ladder when I come back and cut those tall branches off. You want it to grow into like an umbrella shape. It makes it easier to harvest them, is the main thing. And also we have our potatoes. There's a video of me planting these potatoes. I'm not sure what our crop's going to be this year. We had a bad storm come through that had a lot of hail, and it damaged a lot of them. So I'm not sure what the outcome of that is going to be. And we have our grapes, which those also need to be cut. You take the tips off of them, and a friend up the road is asking for the leaves from it so she could make domadas. Domadas are wrapped grape leaves, so she wants those. And what else do I have? Oh, this I really need to share with you. Look at this. This is honeysuckle, and it just looks like a waterfall of flowers. I love it. And then you have the fuchsia, bougainvillea coming out from behind it. Looks great. So my friends, that's what I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed the little garden tour. I think we're going to leave things in pretty good condition. Vasily's not going to kill anything while I'm gone. I'll only be gone 48 hours. And hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, please. Love having visitors here. And comments. I love to get comments. The whole reason I wanted to do this, I mean, it was Sarah's idea, and she's doing all the hard work. I'm just doing the talking. She's doing all the editing, was the connection. I really hate that we are getting disconnected more and more with technology, with all sorts of things. So I thought, well, this is a great way. Yes, it's on the internet, but it's still person to person. So I love having your comments. It's a connection. So that's it for today. An Dio, θα σε δω μετά. Ciao.